Donald Trump promises to herald in a golden age for the US, while Britain sinks further and further into decline and out of favour with our closest cousins. Let's dive into it today on Crypto Sense UK. How do everyone? Welcome back. It's Crypto Sense UK bringing you the latest news and analysis with everything to do with crypto at the minute. So, maintaining that $103,500 mark. Not much change for the rest of the large cap coins. Over the 7 days, it's still looking extremely healthy. We're maintaining some really good gains at the minute. Over the past 24 hours, with the reaction to the Trump and Melania coin fiasco, obviously some of the liquidity has been sucked out of the market, and we're seeing a little bit of a drop on the 24-hour. But all these calls for the end, I don't think they're anything to be too concerned about. As I've been saying for the past couple of days, keep referring back to this fear and greed index. We are not in that euphoria stage yet. We've kind of been bouncing in between the 50s and the 60s for the past week or so. I just don't feel like the normies have completely dived into crypto and it's time for us to sell our bags all of a sudden. The market cap down 2.74% on the day, but again, we're very healthily looking at a $3.5 trillion market cap for the whole asset class. All right, then. I wanted to highlight this from Digital Asset Investor. He reposted this picture from Mr. Zoom here, ex-Oom, which is saying CoinGecko adds a Made in USA category after Trump announced removing taxes on US-made cryptos. Now, that's a bit of a link that he's made between some speculative Trump statements, and the reality is, guys, CoinGecko have made a page for the top coins made in the USA by market cap. As you can see, XRP at the top of the charts there with Solana, USDC, AVAX, Stellar, and just creeping in there at the bottom of the picture, another favorite of mine, Hedera HBAR. This is extremely bullish news, I think, and it really cements the idea that the USA is going to be very forward thinking when it comes to crypto regulation. Now, we can speculate on this all we want. It definitely piqued my interest. I'm not going to get too overly excited about it just at the minute, but I'll tell you what it has done. It's made me want to follow Mr. Zoom, which I'm not doing already, so I will drop you a follow, sir. Okay, and while the USA goes from strength to strength, let's just highlight this here. Now, something that we all love to see as part of the XRP army. Look at this. Ripple, American leadership in crypto in Washington, D.C. Sign as big as you want. Look at all these people. Look at the exposure that Ripple, the company, are getting out there. If you don't see it by now, guys, you're not going to see it. Ripple is the future of finance, and XRP is the rails on what they are building. Okay, for all the UK people out there who aren't as fussed about following the American politics, I just want to show you a quick clip from Donald Trump's inauguration. To all my cousins from across the pond over in America, very important day for you guys. It's important for the rest of the world, and this could be the beginning of something amazing.
And defend
preserve, protect, and defend
the Constitution of the United States.
the Constitution of the United States.
So help me God.
So help me God.
Congratulations, Mr. President.
The golden age of America begins right now.
Yeah, like I said, high hopes for what is happening in America right now, and I really do hope that it brings good things to the British people as well. And I think it's in quite stark contrast to what's happening in the UK at the minute. We really need to get our heads out of our arses, especially in the upper echelons of No. Especially in the upper echelons of government. I'm just going to highlight some of the absolute stagnation that's gone on in the UK. Okay, so we're over on an older article from the 4th of April 2022. And this is back when the Conservatives were in charge, talking about planning to make the UK a global crypto asset technology hub. Okay, very positive outlook, but let's just put a bit of context behind this article. Okay, so this idea was brought about to bring stable coins in line with regulation, hopefully paving their way for use in the UK as a recognised form of payment. And what I like about that is it's stable coins, not necessarily CBDCs, so the private sector, and RLGBP, hopefully one day. They're going to make a series of measures to make the UK a global hub for crypto asset technology and investment. Now, London has been a financial hub since the Americas were first discovered, pretty much. The beauty of the time zone being exactly in the middle of 12 hours to the east and to the west has, for the longest while, cemented England, Britain, especially London, as one of the most important financial hubs in the world. Measures include legislating for a financial market infrastructure sandbox to help firms innovate, an FCA-led crypto sprint, working with the Royal Mint on an NFT, and an engagement group to work more closely with industry. Just a lot more stuff that you'd expect to see from a very forward-thinking crypto government, talking basically about how they're going to go about making the UK a crypto hub. Ex-Chancellor of the Exchequer, Rishi Sunak, former Prime Minister, he wanted to make the UK this hub. And he states here, we want to see the businesses of tomorrow and the jobs they create here in the UK. And by regulating effectively, we can give them the confidence they need to think and invest long term. This is all great news, right? Yeah. A quick Google can get you to this. I'll drop all the links in the description below as well. I wanted to highlight this older article because basically nothing has changed. Some of you guys watching from America, you might think that the UK is very forward leaning when it comes to crypto. You might have felt like there's been harder regulations against you guys. But from its inception, the UK hasn't really carried these ideas forward. There's been no incentives for these businesses to set up in the UK. There's been no tax break opportunities for investors, holders, venture capitalists. If anything, it's getting worse and worse in the UK to set up a business. Okay, so how far have we come? Not far at all. Okay, this article is from back in November 24. And it states here, the new Labour government under Keir Starmer will present the framework focusing on regulating stablecoins, staking services and cryptocurrencies. And basically this very, very short article, all it's saying is that they're also going to present a framework. So exactly what the Conservatives did in the last tenure, over the last 4 years, they're going to present a new framework replacing what they've already discussed. This is what I hate about British bureaucracy. No one ever carries a plan forward. It seems like everyone talks the good talk, and when it's time to put a plan into action, they freeze and there's absolutely no initiative. They don't improve on a previous plan, they throw out the old, bring in the new. By the time it's coming anywhere near to implementing this new plan, that government either leaves in disgrace and leaves a mess, or comes under some new form of leadership and some genuinely great ideas just get left behind in the weeds. It does feel for all the British people out there that we are being much, much left behind, definitely from our neighbours in Europe. America is going through this absolutely great upheaval at the minute, which is fantastic to see. I really think big times are coming from America, and I think it's going to be extremely prosperous in the future. The Asia Pacific region is so far ahead of us at the minute. I really don't see the UK clawing back from this without some major upheaval and changes. All right, everyone, that's all I've got for you today. Just a quick update on kind of the disparity between what's happening over in the US. circa the rest of the world as well, and what's happening in the UK. And I'm not a nihilistic person, but it's a bit of a bleak outlook at the minute. I just want everyone to be aware of what's actually going on in Britain right now and kind of the changes that need to be made. I'm going to love you and leave you there. We'll finish it with just a quick overview of who is running the accounts for Britain at the minute from the guys over at the Lotus Eaters podcast. Brilliant podcast. I'll leave a link to their channel in the description below. If you're any way sort of centre right leaning, these guys do some really humorous perspectives on a lot of different topics. But with that being said, I will see you in the next one.
Let's talk about this woman here. This is Rachel from Accounts, and somehow she's ended up in charge of the UK economy, which, as it turned out, was a bad idea. Didn't really want to do that. So what do we know about Rachel? Well, we know she committed CV fraud.
Oh, yeah.
Her CV is not anywhere as good as as she makes out. We know she lied about there being a £22 billion black hole. It's just an arbitrary number that they picked. She lied.
Sounded good, like a number.
Yeah, I mean, they kept on changing it, and eventually they decided to go with 22 billion because they thought, yeah, that would resonate. If it was a 22 billion black hole, it's a lot bigger now, as we get into. She lied about being a chess champion.
Did she?
Yep.
That's new to me.
Which is an odd thing to lie about. She plagiarised for a book, and if she runs the national finances anything like her personal finances, that would explain why she got her credit card suspended.